Hey there, Gemini. Welcome to your reading for the week of January 6th. You have this Treasure Island card and this All That Glitters card. The Treasure Island card is like a card of manifestation, and the All That Glitters card says that all that glitters might not be gold. So, the All That Glitters card kind of says be careful what you wish for. Based off of this first row, I kind of feel like you've already learned this lesson, Gemini, because you have the Emperor, the Devil, and the Eight of Cups. So, if I were to put all three of those cards together, it's like you thought something was an Emperor or a person was an Emperor. They were actually the Devil, and now you're walking away. It looks pretty obvious to me that maybe some of you, got sucked into something with a person or a situation, and it wasn't, what you thought it was. Definitely could have caused a Tower moment with the Tower here. I wouldn't worry too much about the Tower. I mean, everybody's had the Tower again this week, and it could just be one of those weeks where there's like global Tower moments or craziness going on in the world. So, could literally be anything really. But let's see here. You start with the Emperor, and I kind of feel bad about the Emperor in your reading. On one hand, I think maybe some of you learned a lesson in the past about a person, who came off as an Emperor but wasn't. On the other hand, I think that if you are focusing on taking control of your work here with the Three of Pentacles, that there could be a lot of success for you. So the Emperor, the thing about the Emperor is that he is really about taking control of opportunity. He has his armor on underneath his cloak here, and the armor on underneath his cloak says that he is ready to go at a moment's notice. So he has his armor on, but he's sitting down because when an opportunity presents itself, he will take a leap of faith on the opportunity, but not until it has presented itself. So, again, I kind of feel like you are, it's funny because you are a Gemini. And what I was going to say is that I kind of feel like you are in two minds this week. And Gemini is all about two minds, right? So, I feel that it is a very Gemini energy for you this week. You have the Devil. You definitely could have discovered that someone was actually a devil in disguise, or kind of hid their toxic traits about themselves. This could also be like something else that you wanted as well, like an opportunity or a job. Like maybe you discovered that it was toxic after a certain period of time, or maybe you experienced toxicity after a certain period of time. And again, kind of like I said, plain and simple, I feel that you are walking away towards fulfillment. The Eight of Cups, he is walking away from those 8 cups because they no longer fulfill him. He really doesn't know where he's going. He has no clue, but he is hoping that he can find fulfillment. He just knows that he isn't going to settle. So the Eight of Cups, really is my card of not settling, or needing to make sure that you don't settle for something that is less than you deserve, right? I would also be careful this week of like a past person coming back as well, because you have the Page of Swords right here, and the Page of Swords could be like someone who's like watching you walk away. And I would just like going this way to the Knight of Pentacles. Knight of Pentacles is the only knight in the tarot that isn't making a move, and so normally I would say with this setup here that it doesn't look like to me this person's going to do anything. It just looks like they're watching. But you do have that Tower, which the Tower can be like a surprise or an unpleasant surprise, a person returning to your life or whatever, and causing a problem. So like I said, I would be careful. With the Emperor, you have the Six of Wands. Again, I think that if you have two minds, right? You could be focusing on something toxic, and you could also be focusing on an opportunity. I think the path to success for you this week is to withdraw your focus from something that was toxic and to focus on, the things that are working, or to focus on success or how you can create success. And, again, I think changing your focus would just be a really good idea with the Six of Wands, because it is a card of success. With the Devil, you have the Queen of Swords. Yes, can't make it up here, Gemini. Queen of Swords normally only has clouds like halfway up her body on the card, and it says, she sees clearly for the first time. And so I think you need to trust your clarity. The other thing I'm getting here is that if you are with a person right now who seems toxic, then I would definitely be careful of that. I mean, you have the Tower, so this could be a Tower moment that you could avoid by getting out of a toxic situation. If it walks like a duck and it quacks like a duck, it's a duck. So I would pay attention. Now obviously if you're with a person who is not toxic, then I'm not talking to you. With the Eight of Cups, you have the High Priestess. Trust your intuition, for sure. Like, don't prove yourself right, is what this is saying right here. This is one of those moments where, you kind of had a feeling about something and you didn't trust yourself, and then you have a Tower moment, right? So I really feel the High Priestess is saying trust your intuition on anything that feels toxic. Next, in the area of what's coming in for you, you have this Overcoming Challenges card. This is really what I would focus on if I were you. It's, like I said, I feel like you're in two minds this week, and I think if you could focus on the right things, you'll have a better week. If you focus on the wrong things, then you're obviously not. You have this Overcoming Challenges. It says, a triumph will bring great change. Let yourself be open to victory. Six of Wands is a card of a victory. Then you have this Toxic Triggers card. It says, find the strength to remove yourself from toxic influences in your life. I literally said that. This reading is saying remove the toxic influences. It could be anything. Could be a person, could be bad habits, could be bad people. And, I think you need to focus on success or victory. You have the Temperance card, the Three of Pentacles, and the Page of Swords. The Temperance card says you have the power to turn your situation around. I always say with the Temperance card that he is like practicing alchemy. He is trying to turn water into wine on this card, and he has the power to turn water into wine on the card. So he can turn a negative into a positive, or he can also turn a positive into a negative. Obviously, I would turn a negative into a positive if you can, and that's what I would focus on with the Temperance card. It's also kind of funny because he's kind of in two worlds. He has a foot in the water, a foot on the land, so he's kind of like in the emotional world and also the grounded world. Again, we see there's just a lot of symbolism in your reading that is saying to me that you're in two minds. Like your mind could be going in two different directions, and I would try your best to take control of that. Like I don't think it's going to ruin your week or anything like that, but it's like one of those things. Like I feel like if you could focus on the right things, you'll have a great week. If not, then not. So I would get a hold of your mindset, right? You have the Three of Pentacles. Three of Pentacles is quality work. Three of Pentacles is a pretty good card. It can say that you're creating something of quality in your life. It's also a card of recognition, just like the Six of Wands. This guy here is receiving recognition for the work that he has done. But it's almost as if, like, again, the two minds show up here. You could focus on opportunities that are working in your life, and that's going to lead to success. If you focus on the things that are not working, that's going to cause a Tower moment. So I kind of feel the Tower is like a little bit of a warning. Like I said, a lot of people have had the Tower this week. I think we're going to see a lot of Tower moments this year until like 2033, just in general. Like a lot of shocking surprises. We already have, when you think about all the stuff coming out about celebrities, there's going to be more of that. All that stuff is Tower, because Tower is about seeing reality. And UFOs, I'm sure that will come out this year. My prediction last year is that they're going to, come out in 2025. And so there you go. You have the Page of Swords. Page of Swords is a card of curiosity. We are in a time of curiosity. I think it's a great time to follow your curiosity. Like if you are feeling interested in something, like move towards it. We even go here to the Knight of sorry, wrong camera. We go to the Knight of Pentacles to the Ten of Cups. So you could be becoming interested like in a new direction in your life, and if you move in that new direction, it could lead to fortune after difficulty, not the Tower, right? With the Temperance card, you have the Three of Pentacles. Yeah, it's a great time to work with people, but I would make sure you're working with the right people and pay attention to like people that seem toxic, right? And the other thing about the Three of Pentacles, I'm going to show you on this version, is that he is number one. He is the one that is in charge of the project. These people are coming in the form of support. So I think that for you, when you're working on projects and things like that, that you need to be the leader. I think that if other people are taking the lead, that's where the problems could show up with this. Or, if you're I'm not saying that you shouldn't help other people, but what I am saying is I think it would be better for you to work on your projects, your ideas, instead of someone else's, right? So I think that you need to kind of put yourself first here, Gemini. With that Three of Pentacles, you have the King of Pentacles. King of Pentacles is convention. In some ways, the Tower can be good with the King of Pentacles because the King of Pentacles, he's not a bad card. He can be the card of building wealth, but he kind of does things the same way over and over and over again, which, again, he does what works, which there's nothing wrong with that. But at a certain point, he needs to kind of like open up to new possibilities, or he needs to see that there are other directions that he could be moving in his life. And, that's what I would do with the King of Pentacles. With the Page of Swords, yes, Tower. I would be careful if you have like a past person in your life that you know is toxic, because, I would like block them or just don't engage with them this week. I think Mars retrograde, we have Mars retrograde in Leo until like February 23rd. And until that time, it's like Leo is the ego, in some ways. And so I think that the danger at this time is like past people who can't believe that you moved on, coming back into your life and trying to mess up your day. It's like, don't let someone, it's like one of those things. If a person left you in the past, sometimes I think people leave us, right? And they think like, okay, I'm leaving this person because they are this way, right? So they make it up in their mind that, maybe you're a hothead, or maybe they think that you're argumentative or whatever, right? And they want their decision to be right. And kind of the feeling I get here with this Tower twice is that there could be a past person who wants to be right. They want to be able to say, see, I always knew that Gemini was a jerk, or I always knew Gemini had a big ego, or I always knew Gemini really isn't who they said they were, right? So I think the best thing you could do if someone does come back from the past or tries to message you is completely ignore it, because then they can't say that they were right. This looks to me like one of those moments where they say something to you to trigger you, you get triggered, you have the toxic trigger card, and then that person can now say, I was right about this person, right? So don't let an ex be right, is what this reading is saying, and ignore it. Next, in the area of messages from your future self, you have this surrender card and this calm card. Again, you have the Tower twice, and so this could say keep calm. The surrender card could just be about surrendering to a new reality. Again, the Tower to me is a good card. The Tower, these people are coming down to reality. So they've been ignoring reality for a very long period of time. And so the reason the Tower happens is because they've been trying to ignore reality. Now, a Tower moment can definitely be uncomfortable, but it also brings us down to reality. So how is that a bad thing, right? It's not. You're seeing the truth. So I think that this is saying like surrender to the new reality and you will be perfectly fine. With the Knight of Pentacles, I kind of feel like you need to get to work. We've kind of been saying that this whole entire reading, Gemini, that there could be opportunity for you to like work on in new directions, or to focus on something good, right? Instead of focusing on the other mind, so I would maintain your focus. The Knight of Pentacles is the only knight in the tarot that isn't moving. He's not making a move. So I think for a lot of you that it's time to get to work on things that will bring you joy, peace, happiness, love. 10 of Cups. 10 of Cups can just be something that brings you joy, or brings peace into your life, and it could be anything. So I think that's what you should be focusing on with the Knight of Pentacles. It's like, I think in some ways there's a lot of potential progress here, but it's like if you're focusing on the toxic stuff, there won't be progress. So I would focus in the right direction. You have the Knight of Cups. Knight of Cups can be like a knight in shining armor. So Knight of Cups can be someone who sweeps you off your feet. But Knight of Cups is about, kind of like trusting in your dream. He is standing in front of this water here. And I always say that he's standing in the desert, but if he were to plant seeds in front of this water, they will grow. So I think you need to plant seeds in a direction, like towards your dream. And that's where the most success will come from for you with the Knight of Cups. But let's see here what is going on for you. With the Tower, you have the Three of Wands. For some reason, I thought you had the Three of Wands twice. I guess not. But the Three of Wands is a card of expansion. Really good card. And the Three of Wands can say that it's like time to leave a comfort zone with the Tower. On the Three of Wands, the guy is standing at the top of the hill usually here, and his ships are coming in, or really they're pointing out of the harbor. And I always say the Three of Wands is about going on a new adventure, or moving in a new direction. So I think it would be an amazing time for you to leave comfort zones. Again, the Tower is a comfort zone. They have been building those walls up around them to ignore reality and to be comfortable. But really, they're not comfortable because they're not seeing the truth. So, it could be a good time to leave a comfort zone. With the Knight of Pentacles, you have the Queen of Wands. Queen of Wands is about being bold, being assertive, not being sure where you want to go. Again, I think the number one rule for success in 2025, 2026, 2027 is to step into the unknown. People who learn new things about new stuff that's going on in the world, those are the people, the explorers, right, are going to be successful, because we're just like in a time of great change. Pluto in Aquarius is extremely transformative. I cannot say like how important Pluto in Aquarius is. When Pluto's in Capricorn, it's as close to Earth as it possibly can be. When it finally enters into Aquarius, it is going as far away as it possibly can be. It's heading in that direction. We will all be dead by the time it reaches all the way out, but, because it takes a very long time for Pluto to change signs. But, again, it's moving away. So it's like a very transformative time and a very innovative time as well. But we have to be innovating and trying new things. And again, we have to embrace the discomfort with the Queen of Wands. Queen of Wands is learning as you go. So you don't know all the details. She is the only Wands Court card that does not have salamanders on her cloak. The salamanders on the other Wands Court cards represent protection from fire. So she doesn't know if she's protected from risk or not, but she has to take the risk of being unique. And I think that's what's going on here, Gemini. With the Knight of Cups, you have the Two of Swords. Two of Swords is like this or that thinking, which again, definitely with the Tower, this or that thinking can cause a problem. And because on the Two of Swords, she has a new island behind her. And I always say the Two of Swords is really about third place solutions, like discovering another way of doing things to be successful. Next in the area of the good stuff, you have this Koi Fish card. It says, there is always enough. You have this Rhino Spirit. It says, overcome any obstacle. So I think you could easily overcome any obstacles that are coming your way at this time. And definitely, even with the Towers, could still be a time of abundance for you. You have the Nine of Pentacles here. And, that's what I would focus on. You have the Ten of Cups, the Five of Wands, Seven of Cups, and the Nine of Pentacles. Ten of Cups is like fortune after difficulty, or, happy home, happy family. And I definitely feel there could be like some fortunes after difficulty, or, good things coming in for you after a difficult period of time. These people on this card are choosing happiness no matter what is going on around them. So, the secret with the Ten of Cups is to choose happiness and to choose to focus on these 10 cups. They're still standing in the real world, but they have to choose happiness, which is what I would do. You have the Five of Wands and the Seven of Cups. The Five of Wands is normally conflict and competition. The Seven of Cups is being spoiled for choice. In the good stuff, this would be about learning from competition. Again, I think that I said this to you last week or in one of your more recent readings, that your superpower this year is actually probably getting both your heads to work together. Two heads are better than one, right? And so I would be looking, if you have a business, a career, or if you're doing something competitive, it's like I think Gemini has the superpower of being able to see like what people aren't doing. And that's what I'd be paying attention to here is like, what is the competition missing? And I think that could be a little bit of a superpower for you over the next few years, especially in work or business. Again, you might have ideas that you don't really think are special, but they might be really special because they're kind of like third place solutions because you're mixing both of your heads together. I think the Seven of Cups is encouraging you to dream. I feel like it's saying that you need to let your imagination run wild because, again, will most of your ideas be good? Probably not. But the ones that are good will be really good. And those are the ideas the world needs. And that's what I would be focusing on here is like, yeah, sure. Maybe like most of your ideas aren't good, but the things that work are going to work really, really well. You have this Nine of Pentacles, Nine of Pentacles is gratitude and luxuries. It's also about focusing on your skills. So I think it would be a good time to focus on what makes you special, which we just talked about. I also think it would be a great time to clean up your environment. There's this snail right here, and the snail wears its home on its back. So the Nine of Pentacles is all about kind of like creating an environment of success, especially in the good stuff, and that's what I would do. With the Ten of Cups, you have the Nine of Cups. So definitely some sort of wish or wish fulfillment coming in here. I mean, this is really, really good to have this after this. And so you could be finding fulfillment. Here you go. With the Five of Wands and the Seven of Cups, you have the Ace of Pentacles. I think there is a big opportunity in your dreams, like taking the dream world and mixing it together with the real world with your two minds, and working on those opportunities. That is what I would pay attention to if I were you. With the Nine of Pentacles, you have the Ten of Pentacles. Amazing. So, this really could say focusing on yourself. The whole reading kind of says this, right? It says eliminate the toxic energies. Three of Pentacles says put yourself first. I'm pretty sure in one of your more recent readings I said put yourself first. And now you have the Nine of Pentacles, which is independence and putting yourself first, right? And you have the Ten of Pentacles. So again, I think this whole reading is saying that if you focus on yourself, things will go well. Plain and simple. You have this Broom card, says new home, new attitude. Again, Nine of Pentacles, your environment. This doesn't mean you have to move. This could just say that you are cleaning up the energy around you, including like the people, the places, the things, and making sure to surround yourself with success. And that's what I would do with that card. You have this carriage card. It says a journey, either physical or mental. I'm a huge fan of adventuring this year, or over the next few years, really. I think that, like I said, the people that explore the unknown, meaning that you just become interested in a new idea, again, those new things could lead to success. And, I would be adventuring, learning, exploring, all that other stuff. You have this face card that says Secret Admirer. Yeah, there definitely could be love coming in for you. Page of Swords, Knight of Cups. If the Page of Swords is a past person, I don't like it. If it's a new person, I like it. So, I would be focusing on new connections. You have this Pale. It says time to get out of a situation. The whole entire reading basically said this, so it's clearly time for you to leave something toxic behind. You have this Horse. It says short journey on it. Yeah, any again, little adventures you could go on, I think will be very successful for you. But this looks really good, Gemini. So thank you for being here, and definitely enjoy your month.